The time has come to finally take a look at the figure I've been hyping up for a month. This is a look at the behemoth that is Studio Series 86 Ultra Magnus. Hello and welcome to Jinxed, where today we'll be taking a look at my favourite figure of the year, 2023's biggest surprise. This is a look at Transformers Studio Series 86 Commander Class Ultra Magnus. You can click off this video now and you'll already know if you should get him or not, because he is perfect in every way. I'm not a stickler for animation accuracy unless it's TFA, but this is the best Ultra Magnus figure ever. Let's talk negatives first, because I don't want to be blindsided by how gorgeous he looks. He is wide, and that is a negative aesthetically. However, when you see the mind-blowing transformation, you can forgive it. My final negatives are both of his shoulders. They're pinned and not ratcheted, so they can be loose. But when you move around the arm, you can still get it into poses without that becoming a problem, so it doesn't really bother me. Now, the messy positives start with his look. He is gorgeous. This is Evan Brooks' Magnum Opus. Or Ultra Magnum Opus? No? Okay. Evan clearly poured his heart and soul into this Commander when designing it, as everything looks like it came from the palm of Primus. Each surface has the right amount of detail that keeps the figure from looking boring, if Magnus could ever be boring. The plastic also feels amazing. Not only is it dense, but it feels amazing when messing with it. It's a pleasure. That head, what a sexy bastard he is, and he knows it. If Victory Saber is Chris Hemsworth, Ultra Magnus is Henry Cavill. He just come right out of the screen and into our collections with the best light piping ever since Siege Shockwave. His accessories are classic Magnus. He has his shoulder launchers, 1 and 2, which can come apart to accommodate the included blast effects. You know, right here, they're literally the only ones that anyone ever gets in a Commander figure, because apparently Commanders are only allowed these bloody things. That was not in the script, by the way. That was just me complaining because we need more blast effects. I mean, come on, Hasbro. I mean, we can't keep getting the same things. His guns are painted this lustful lilac. You know, got a nice little big one here, which is the gun I always have on him. And this gun here, which I always have on the back. Tiny little one. You know, and I put on here that can sing sweet lullabies to me. Why on earth am I romanticizing guns? Am I American? No. But you know, I also put on they can also use blast effects very tightly. But you know, you give the big one here. I mean, this one's very loose because obviously they keep using the same bloody mold for blast effects. You put it in his arm, and if you put it there, it just swings it. Okay, they're not the best. Don't really tend to use them. I tend to use them more on Victory Saber. Where has the other tiny one gone? No, it's here. Never mind. Got it. You get 3 of these, by the way. You get 3 of them. What else I put on here? Oh yeah, I wrote about that thing. But you see, now we get to the meat and potatoes of this thing. I'm not even going to go off the script for this. I just really like this. Grab this bit here, and there we go. I'll bring my light towards it. Look at that Matrix chamber. Oh, that's the best Matrix chamber we've had. And you can take the Matrix out, but it's a bit of a pain, so I'm not doing it here, especially in front of a bloody camera. Take the piss with that, mate. But that is... Oh, it's such a gorgeous... I'm not really arsed about the Matrix chamber. I'm glad we have a Matrix Optimus Prime. But what I did put in my script was, he also comes with a Matrix in his chamber. This is perfectly in there, even if he is just a soldier. But he did deserve to lead the Autobots, and TFA gave him that role. And I'm right, he deserved it more than Rodimus. Now we're on to the articulation, the bit where there's no script anyway. And as you can see my reflection in Magnus's chest. So obviously, you know, we have the head, can spin a full 360, come back that far, just pretty much due to transformation, look down that far, I can also use the joints there, bit of side to side, but sadly you can't really look down much, so you can do his one pose where he sticks his full eye and goes, something, I don't know, I haven't seen the film since the Nation. The shoulders are on very nice ratchets. If I can also bend these around them, I can actually use it. Those are some nice ratchets, but as I mentioned before, very loose there. But if you do that and do that, it's honestly, it's fine. So there's not really much to complain about there. He does have obviously ratcheted elbows, which do get to 90 degrees. He does have bicep swivel. I forgot which one it was called then. Now we're on to the best bit. The bit that, oh, I'm so glad they did for him. He has opening hands, obviously, you know, but he also has the Rodimus thing where he can point and he can say, "You pillock you," something like that. I don't know, but he's obviously said something like that. Like, maybe you can even recreate the thing where he's like, "Oh no, thank you," face pinned down. Where he's like, "In other words, Perceptor, you're a dick." He doesn't say that. He really doesn't say that. But he says, "In other words, Perceptor," you know. I'm really glad they actually included this because it is really, it's very hard to get out sometimes, especially if you don't grab the index finger. This is a wrist swivel. I really like these hands. I mean, this figure is just absolutely stunning anyway. The only thing I'm making look bad now is because I'm filming in the most awkward place because he's absolutely massive. He's huge. He's old leader size, but he's a lot wider and heavier. God, is he worth the 90 quid? Oh, and my dog is barking because there's food downstairs. But, you know, we're very professional here, so we're going to keep going on. There's music in the background, so you should be able to hear that. And that was basically, welcome to the review on Ultra Magnus, where every noise possible will happen. So if you're autistic, I'm sorry. I too am getting overstimulated by all the noises. But it's okay, because you've got Ultra Magnus to calm us down. Wow, my hair went right into the camera then. He has a waist swivel, which can go full 360. Legs can go back that far. You can also move the skirts out of the way. One thing I didn't put in this but I would like to show you more. One side's on the articulation. Move the arms out of the way. You can get the legs moving out that far. You got joints there. You've also got another joint for transformation, but it doesn't really add anything, and it's annoying to put back. And then obviously you've got 5 swivel, and then if you can actually move him, you do have angle tilt 2. But the thing I was going to show you all, look at that back. That is animation accurate. That is absolutely amazing how they've done that. This figure, oh, it's the best figure I've handled this year. But obviously, as this is, you know, a figure of this stature, it's time for some, I think, size comparisons. So I'll be back when I've moved the camera angle to So, for size comparisons, let's start off with Deluxe Elite 1 and Leader Optimus Prime, what I like to call the trifecta of the Autobot Council. Now let's compare him to the Siege mold, which I'm not getting out. So I got out the better version of the Siege mold. He can't even fit in the bloody thing because of cannons. Then we have Nova Prime next to him. See, you're blocking him out the way, mate. Nova, come on. There we go. He's far larger, and I prefer the new mold. But this mold is great as Nova Prime and as Galaxy Prime, not as Ultra Magnus. So it just really isn't. Sorry, Elisa, you've been knocked over. Now, if I can fit him in, because this boy is quite large. We have Dragon Megatron, which he is bigger than. This is only because he's in Dragon mode. So we have that scale. If I can move the camera out of the way. There we go. Now it's going to be the most awkward bit. Come on, there we go. Move Dragon Megatron out of the way. Keep Magnus there. Let's bring in fellow commander, my biggest commander that I have. Menasor. As you can tell, you know, differences, but this one is a combiner. So, yeah, don't really take that as he's tiny, he's not. He's quite large. But now for one that is kind of more, I mean, it's about the same size as, and it's not really a commander either, because combine them, but I couldn't be asked taking it apart because it'd be awkward. We have Victory Saber and Ultra Magnus. I honestly, I prefer this one. I think I put this one to Victory Saber. He's stunning. He is absolutely amazing. He's gorgeous. Words can't explain, but I will not be doing a review on him because he'll be very awkward to film. This is a great figure. So we'll come back for the transformation, shall we? His transformation blew my mind. Now, I'm a masterpiece person. Never will be unless we get MPTFA. But this felt like an MP transformation to me, as that chest and back transformation completely blew me away. I thought that Legacy Shadow Striker was an explosion, but I was so wrong, as Magnus blows up entirely. It's so enjoyable, and I always look forward to doing it. Apart from now, when I had to do it in front of a camera. And it was so annoying. But that isn't anything to take about the figure, because, you know, you're doing it in front of a camera, it's very different. The truck mode is amazing. That cab really makes me want to do Optimus. It is everything that the Siege and Kingdom version wished that they were. And, despite the cab and trailer being together all throughout the transformation, the cab can in fact detach. This is amazing, and once again proves that this is Evan Brooks' Magnum Opus. You can fit cars on the bays and they sit comfortably. It is a big truck too, bigger than Motormaster and Optimus. Overall, get him. No matter what, get him. He's my favourite bot this year for a reason. He blows my mind. You'll regret it if you don't, as this literally is a masterpiece. I have been jinxed, and this has been my look at Studio Series 86 Commander Class Ultra Magnus. Don't forget to check my book out, the link is in the description. I will see you when we next take a look at another character from the franchise we all love.